I'd like to start with the story. There is a traveling preacher who goes from town to town doing tent revivals and preaching to the local community. And he's traveling from town to town. He stops in this one town, and the revival is supposed to start at like 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock comes, and no one's at the tent revival. He's standing there all by himself. 7:30 comes, no one shows up. 8 o'clock, this one lone cowboy comes and hitches his horse to the post, walks into the tent revival, and sits on the front row. Preacher's looking out across the tent revival and sees, just this one lone cowboy, and he walks down to the cowboy and he goes, "Man, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do. Usually these tents are full, and you're the only one who's shown up." And the cowboy says, "Look, I'm no preacher. I don't know what to tell you to do, but I know that when I go out to feed my cattle, if only one cow shows up, I feed them." Preacher thinks about it and he goes, "God, that's great advice." So he gets up on the platform and he preaches his heart out for 30 minutes, for an hour and a half. At the 2-hour mark, he walks down to the cowboy. He's all sweaty, and he says to the cowboy, he goes, "Gosh, man, what did you think?" And the cowboy says, "Man, I'm not a preacher, but when I go out to feed my cattle, I don't dump all the food on them all at one time." And I share that story with you to share with you that I want to share with you information about Mockingbird education, but there's so much that we do, and I don't want to dump all of it on you all at one time. So this is just a short introduction to who we are, what we do, and why we do it. I share that story with you for 2 reasons. One, regardless of who shows up to watch this video introduction, I want you to know that I'll take really good care of you. And then 2, I'm not going to dump a ton of information on you. It's impossible, actually, to share with you everything that Mockingbird does. We've been doing this work for about 25 years, and there's like this much stuff. I got like this much time to share it with you. But I do want to give you insight into who we are, what we do, why we do the work that we do, and how the work that we do, how it benefits programs that work with vulnerable learners.